currently, which is what I'm waiting to see is how this whole league balances out. For me though, FaZe is just strange to watch. Alu was not operating to the level that most people expected. Kiyoshima had a quiet game. AZ wasn't that great on train either.
A clutch.
Yeah, like a couple of moments here and there, but again, it's still early in this league to find out who's actually playing well or not.
Yeah, I mean, I think the real rivalries of 2016, it was on HLTV. There was 3 that were mentioned. This wasn't one of them, and I can understand why. It's not, in my opinion, a full rivalry, but FaZe has had Virtus.Pro's number in certain dynamics, especially on Cash. Never forget, different roster, but it just kind of lingers on.
Oh, speaking of different roster as well, now we have Alu coming into it. Didn't impress me on the first time we saw him, I have to say. Looked a little bit disappointing, but it was that the first night him being part of the roster. Now, they've had a couple of days now. Let's work it out. Let's see what he can bring to the table here. We are going to be getting straight into this one, ladies and gentlemen. FaZe versus Virtus.Pro. The first map is Train, of course, and all FaZe starting on the CT side here. We're going to have 4 sets of armor. Alu with that HE grenade and the utility in form of the diffuse kit as well. Okay, so he must have dropped over a pistol to a teammate, I guess. But we'll see what he decides to do. He has got that HE grenade for the retake coming in as well. So that's due towards the inside area. Primarily when the bomb goes down, they're able to chuck that over and hopefully deny it, but we'll have a look at VP's buy as well. 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs, 3 sets of armor. Currently setting themselves up for 3 players towards Ivy at the moment as well. So this would be some sort of outside split coming in. Smoking towards the left-hand side of Ivy and trying to stifle the players on the CT side and lock them into that bomb site where you're getting the attention from.
I have a feeling this is going to be the wrap, though. This is going to be pushed through CT.
Spawn?
I think so, because they're actually already causing their rotations. But the problem is they've got to confront 2 players at exactly this position, Ivy. And AZ's already won the first battle on byali. It'll be traded. Pashek's getting rain. They finally win this, but the rotations are already back toward B. They have to confront on the way by the 3rd alley right there. And Jacob, he takes down Taz. So yes, they'll get the plant, but now 2 players inside B have to play dead efficient for Virtus.Pro. Now, they have stayed alive long enough to force that rotation off of the 3rd alley, and it may actually favor them if Pasha can get in position fast enough, and he's going to have to do exactly that. He's gone. Jacob holds him off. He was already so far removed. They just weren't efficient enough, and unfortunately, they ran into a very passive setup in the A site. So running through CT, not really something that's viable in that situation. So you've got to be very quick to get there, in my opinion.
Yeah, you need to be getting that first kill. You need to have that element of surprise. Normally, you smoke off to the right-hand side when no one's facing you at all. You assume the players will be on the right. So you smoke to the right, and then you can go towards CT spawn. It's a tactic that definitely hasn't been explored enough in gun rounds, I think. It's very interesting to see that happen. If you can get towards those backtracks, get towards CD spawn as well, it's very unpredictable. It's sort of hard to hold off as well, but doesn't really work out for VP this time. They got the bomb down, so it looks like they've actually forced up in the 2nd round after getting that plant down. We could discuss this on the desk before. It's still definitely an option, and things can happen with this one, especially you had the smokes on train as well. But they've got 2 scouts, 2 Tech 9s, and a PT-50 in the hands of Neo as well. But you can see they have got Molotovs. The bomb is in the hand of Neo as well. I'm sure they'll be holding up. They want to try and work out what kind of weapons the CTs have available for them. They're going to have 2 SMGs, 3 M4s. So this could be interesting. They get the bomb down towards inside side with that smoke down as well. They've got the long range potential with that scout, or 2 of them as well. We'll see whether they can actually do anything with this round. It's obviously the more safer option to go for the 3rd round AKs, but if you can make this round happen, as we discussed before, it's almost like winning the pistol again.
In a lot of ways, yeah. It definitely, it's an interesting game with the economy. I think CSGO, especially with the money dynamics in terms of the loss round bonus, it's become a different game in that sense. And just the force buys, that's why we often talk about teams making and trying to make them more viable. But this shut down already on the way through. Good damage dealt from an 8 onto default. Bomb dropped and Rain flanking it out. It's going to spot that, takes down snax. All 5 still alive at this point, and Rain, oddly enough, goes for the repeak with only 10 HP. He's got the UMP, so it's definitely worth it. Gets 3 kills with it, builds up money, and a quick flash to get himself back in position. Very good activity from FaZe in terms of rotations, getting information early, and not allowing any opening for Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, no bomb planted as well, so that force spy didn't really amount to anything whatsoever. They go towards that inside side, but you can see that FaZe were playing very passively back. The M4s are spraying them down. They started showing themselves before the smoke even bloomed the lower ramp, so they had a complete vision control of that situation. And it's going to be 2-0 in favor of FaZe here, going to the 3rd round. It's almost a redundant buy from VP, a few PT-50s. It's a guaranteed round. The only real objective of this one is try and get the bomb down in any sort of manner, but that's a very unlikely scenario to actually occur. It's Rain, though. He's actually gone past Taz here. He's heading towards Ivy. This could be interesting. He's probably going to get 1 kill out of this. I don't think AZ will be expecting this whatsoever.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is that Taz is also calling that, oh, guys, it's clear. And now he's going to realize, never mind, Rain got behind me. So the same thing goes in reverse, and bomb dropped. Rain gets 2 quick kills. Taz, all right, he's down there, but he's only managed 1 to start it off. And Alu going to close him. Just snax remaining. Bomb to come out, or rather, excuse me, bomb to be dropped, but also guns to come out, rather, this round for Virtus.Pro. So now we really get into the action. But again, you mentioned it could have been interesting in that Taz gets a little bit more information than he should, but the one missing thing is that he called him right into a trap.
Yeah, so it was good for 1 kill, but you're absolutely right. Rain definitely got the lion's share of the kills as he pushed through into main entrance. But the problem is for VP out that force buy in the second round. They don't get the AWP on the T side here in the first gun round. They're going to be limited slightly. There's no AWPs for FaZe either, but they're just trying to keep their money strong going into this first gun round. You can see AZ still on that UMP. Definitely a viable weapon on train. Lots of close range position. You want to go towards Ivy or even close up a main entrance. Rain's going to be holding up close towards main, and Jacob's pushing through the smoke here. So they've got a lot of vision. AZ, he doesn't want to go for kills in this point. You can see on his screen, I was about to say he just wants to get info, but he does get his head ripped off by Pasha.
Jacob gonna wait. Smoke to cover him off. That's a really good shot on the way in from Neo, because smoke to cover Jacob off in that position. He's easily able to swing, get the shot, dissolve into the smoke, and get back to the site with safety. That's a huge kill, because now they can't trade it. They've got 2 inside of the site with bomb going down, and FaZe just have 2 left to go against a 4-player retake. Ali going to try and advance up forward, misses the opportunity as he looks away from the smoke. It was actually Taz on low HP. They've tagged down byali as well. 1 HP for him to work with. Kiyoshima is already looking to get out. I think Alu's going to try and do the same. There's smoke off on this third alley. The first gap open, second one, okay, so smoke's dissolved, but either way, no one peeking it. They should keep these M4s.
Yeah, at this point. They still have money, residual cash left over from those clean rounds they had in the first 3, so there's still opportunities to get the AWP out.
And not only that, if they can hold them near the bomb site with Taz and byali both low, they could go down with the bomb. It's more gun money out of the hands of Virtus.Pro, who are now going to pick up their first round. 3-round reset at the start of the half. Again, it's not a full reset, but it's early on. They're just getting their economy rolling, so that's a big forced rebuy, and byali does go down. Taz, he's able to survive, but it's at least 1 more AK gone.
Yeah, byali had 1 HP, so he was almost certainly going to die there when he was exiting. So just like I said, FaZe money is still absolutely fine. That was a bit of a gamble from them. Keep the UMP, no AWPs in the hand of Alu. So this is the round we actually saw him yesterday. It was actually quite a poor performance from him on train overall. He's playing that connector area, didn't really seem to be too dynamic, wasn't going to aggressive positions like himself. Like Guardian's one of those amazing players who's so good on this map because he goes and faces towards Ivy at the start of the round. He'll go lower ramp, he'll be aggressive, he'll actively be hunting for picks. We didn't see that from Alu. I'm sure he's going to address that. His teammates would have looked back on that demo and said, you were just sitting in connector, getting smoked out, and you weren't really having any impact whatsoever on the CT side. That's something he needs to be working on. I'd like to see him come towards that upper ramp area, towards inside as well, hold that anchor position. We get into this round, it's round number 5, and VP have gone for the upper platform control. This is so important. If you get to this area nice and early, the CTs have no idea of it. Your opportunities are so open at this point. You can see byali setting up for smoke towards outside. They can do lots of fakes from this position as well. Was that a missed frame rate?
Yeah, he bounced it.
Oh yeah, okay.
If he didn't bounce it, it lands, I think, just in front of the default spot, so you can plant inside of the smoke. I'm pretty sure that's where it lands. It lands a little bit more light than when you normally throw them into A. But Taz getting into Kyo, so it was a fake smoke anyway. All right, he missed it, but it ultimately won't affect the transition in toward the B site. However, what will is some fast kills from Rain and Jacob. 3 unanswered now, make it 4 for FaZe, as this was a round that Virtus.Pro started off well. They're gonna get the bomb potentially down. byali tries to fake it out, but this isn't the wise decision considering they're so close. And even if he finds one, he's allowing movement for FaZe to get closer, and that means no bomb plant at all. He could have just stuck that out, tried to get a little bit more cash moving forward. But FaZe now pick up their 4th and reset Virtus.Pro early.
We kind of had a discussion the other day with Kiyoshima holding that inside bomb site by himself. He doesn't really ever seem good for 1 kill on there. Like, he does get the information, but he challenges so much. He gets his head blown off. He's in that position at the back of the bomb train where they can just see your head right. So if they land a single bullet, you're going down. And he seems to be struggling to actually hold them off or even delaying them. Luckily, his teammates come in for a very successful retake. VP don't even get the bomb down there. So that's a full reset going into round number 6. They just got that similar situation we saw before. P250s and some Glocks as well. They have purchased 4 smoke grenades. So this will be towards the outside site. And I can see the bomb. That's actually currently waiting towards the dumpster as well. So they'll just be going straight towards outside, try and get that plant down. It's basically not, they're not going to try and get any kills here. If they can get a plant, get that extra $800 in the bank, then that's something to work with here. But you can see Jacob, he's in front of the smoke. He'll be the player locking this down. There's the first kill. Takes down Neo. He should get a few here. Actually, he ends up getting 1.
This is a smart adaptation from Rain. Okay, well, he goes down as well. So Rain gets above the smokes, knowing that, okay, they're going to be on pistols. I can afford to get aggressive on this peak. Even if I'm outnumbered, he can pick and choose his battles with headshot positions on top of the train with the elevation. But him going down early, this allows the bomb plant to come through for VP. So mission accomplished in that sense. Very good smoke setup and activity. Snax on top of that. He's picked up an AK-47, so on top of this bomb train, smoke again on top of him. That's so they could try and come in and get the fast defuse. That will work as Kiyoshima spots the gun barrel protruding through. and he himself will close the round against Pasha. 5-1 now for FaZe, but Virtus.Pro, I like the approach in that round.
Like I said, when FaZe, they read that situation coming in. They know they're fully eco. They're probably going to try and get the plant down here. If you see the smokes coming over as well, let's get in front of them and use our firepower to lock them down. But the PT-50 work from VP was actually pretty impressive. They get the bomb plant and a couple of players of the FaZe team down as well. But a different approach here for FaZe. You can see AZ, he seems to be the secondary AWP in this new, fresh look of FaZe here. So he'll be picking up the AWP as well, but taking it towards Ivy. And once again, no AWP's really rolling for VP as of yet. snax does like to AWP on this map as well. And we'll see whether he can bring that to the table eventually. But Tad's going aggressive here, going to be Molotov out of position as well. Jacob takes him down. He does get an opportunity to get a kill towards Ivy, but doesn't really work out like that. Takes quite a lot of damage, but he has managed to flash him off now, reposition himself. And this is great from Kiyoshima. This is the kind of play you want to be seeing from an inside player. Have the audacity to push into those upper platforms and get tons of information out. He doesn't need to go any further in that position, right? He can just hold there and allow 4 teammates to be outside. And Alu chiming in, Jacob as well. Round over at this point. It's a 5-on-2. Just snax and byali remain. And there's not really much they can do there. It's going to be a clean sweep here for FaZe. Lovely work from them. That's actually a really impressive round. We discussed this whole addition of Alu coming in and whether he's actually going to slot into the dynamic. The roster obviously taking over from Fox's role. Fox on this train was actually, so on this map, was actually very good on train. He actually was one of the main AWPers who's getting most of their frags, but seems like Alu's having a good day today. 6-0, Matthew. Yeah,
decent start. I mean, even in the round they lost, he got out. He was the one that saved one of the M4s. Rain starts this off aggressively. Again, he wants to get toward the ladder room, shut down any movement, and from the upper hallways be in a position for rotations. It's just generally a good spot to be if you can get there without much risk. And knowing he's up against pistols, granted, there is Tech 9s. If they rush down the ladder, there's a chance they could trade against him. It's not a bad situation to get aggressive. Kiyoshima as well. We talk about an AWP in this position, but an M4 instead. And he's got the range game dinked up, though. Needs to be careful. M4 dropped at the corner. That's potential to be re-grabbed, so they're going to try and rotate Jacob over to watch that, but Taz, it's in reach, so he's able to grab that, fall away. It's one gun to work with. Smoke out, that'll allow a fast drop, and Jacob's going to try and compensate for that by playing an angle that he'll see both the plant and the lower entry point. So this is actually, I actually quite like this. The problem is he's got a time window on this, obviously. When that smoke's gone, he's got to get away.
But at the same time, VP have they've waited the smoke, but they don't do anything with it. So his idea is, okay, if they don't use the smoke and come in, then I've got opportunities to fall back. There is one more that they can use on the lower ramp. That grenade's gonna be so deadly though. VP don't actually go in just yet. The Molotov drops right in front of them. The options are limited now. That's the utility expended. I think Pasha has one more smoke, so they have to wait. He'll have to re-smoke and they'll go in. But at this point, they are locked into this area. It's gonna be easy kills here for Alu. Okay, apparently not. It's gonna be Jacob though. He should finish things off here.
And byali snaps back on him. That's the M4 picked up. It's still only a one-man advantage right now. And Alu, he's gone to the pistol up close, but it is 2 kills for him, and he's up to 8-0. It may not be the AWP hit that you expect, but he's still being effective. That's all that matters. 7-1 now for FaZe.
Well, finally some money coming in for VP. It's just not enough to get the AWP. I think the top bankroll was about $5,400, so that doesn't really justify your full AWP buy here. So VP need to be careful. This is one that's slightly starting to spiral out of control here. You can see Neo 1 for 7, and same story for snax as well. snax is one of the more impactful players with that AWP. And we're going to round number 9 here. This is where you want to see FaZe go a little bit more aggressive and shut down any adaptations that VP might be bringing to the table. And there it is. Alu's going towards the lower round. That's what I wanted to see, Matt. He's going aggressive. Can he land his first shot? He actually can't. He gets taken down by Pasha. It's what we want to see from Alu, but Kiyoshima, this is a risky play. Pushes through the fire. Let's actually get the kill on towards Taz, though. And a double as well. snax drops, and he's recovered. We did criticize Kiyoshima on his inside bomb side, but now he looks like he's changing up his ideas almost every single round. He's being a bit more aggressive, and a thorn in VP's side at the moment. Well, 3 players survive for now. 1 minute 15 remaining on the clock as well. Haven't really got any real estate to work with. They have the man disadvantage as well. Currently, there are 2 players for FaZe in the inside area. We have got Jacob in the connector as well. It's quite a passive hold outside, but AZ's on the back tracks, just patrolling that area, calling for the rotations if they're required.
On AZ. Capable on the AWP, not often we see it. To me, he still hasn't hit the level he was at with Dignitas at the very end.
No, I agree. He was potentially one of the best up and coming players in Dignitas, right? He was like, that was it. He was going to be the next superstar of the game. And as soon as he came into this lineup, it's not been like he's been bad performance or a bad player. It's just he's not. He's
cut his hair.
He's not hitting the headlines anymore.
Delilah, is that you? Did you cut his hair, Delilah? Jacob pushing up, but byali.
That's a mistake.
Yeah, big time. Shot a little bit too soon. Had the shadow to work with as well, so you can actually tell almost which way he's looking with that shadow. AZ. Okay, AZ. We said you were on Dignitas. You're not still on Dignitas. You are on FaZe. That is your teammate. Thankfully, Rain's undeterred by this. And then he almost gets a lineup as well. He did get Pasha, who walks into his own crosshair. AZ will close it out on Neo, but A little bit awkward for a moment. FaZe now 8-1 Virtus.Pro train. This used to be a map we talked about. They were dominant on this. I think they were the best map in the team in the world on this map.
Bulldoze of people on this map. They were so aggressive towards outside, just running out. Pasha leading the charge with the AK-47 as well. Then the rounds where he was lurking towards Ivy. He was so influential. He's going on 4 for 9. No one's really turning up for VP as of yet, but this has been a much better performance from FaZe than what we saw yesterday on train. They're looking a lot stronger, a lot more confident with their aggressive stances, and I think they've had some time just to go over the basic methodology of how they're going to approach situations. This time, Rain, he goes towards Pop Dog. It's looking like an inner approach, though, from VP. Once again, no order to play over. Look at the utility map. They've got 2 smokes. This has to be a very simple execution here. Smoke upper, smoke lower, 1 flash to work with. Get in, hope you get that plant down. Alu, not so aggressive, but we can see we've got 2 players with rifles waiting on the other side. This is a great setup.
This is a really good setup, considering we often see a solo anchor B. 3 players here. They're in the smoke. Rain will spot, but makes the right decision. Takes down Neo, who's a lot closer. Threat awareness, well, covered off. But snax did take Kiyoshima in the meantime, and that may allow the bomb to cross. Not at all. Rain's there. He's got 2 more. And Taz enters in from upper. He's immediately taken down from Alu, who's got the vision from Z Connector. And not a single soul lost on entry. Kiyoshima went down early. Again, you talked about him kind of dying in that site, but he wasn't solo this time, and they were able to trade it immediately.
It's a great read. And the in-game leader should be proud of himself after that one. You can see VP were clutching at straws. The outside bomb site wasn't working for them whatsoever. They actually make a pretty ballsy call. I guess it's the idea where we've got AZ outside with the AWP. He can hold those backtracks. He can give us early information. We can see the smokes coming over. Or go all in towards that inside area. And they had 2 rifles and Alu covering them as well. So what a perfect setup that's been. And the money, obviously maximum loss bonus now for VP, but that's only $3,400, man. He didn't get the bomb down last round as well. So they've taken the pause. Take the pressure off. Let's work out what's going wrong here. I think the money's been the main issue for me. Lots of force buys. And they all spiraled out from that second round force buy. Like, they could have gone into the third of the AKs and potentially had a stronger start here. They did actually win the first gun round, but it was just the answer back from FaZe. As soon as Alu got the AWP, and now they've got that double AWP set up. They're pretty much set up for the game for the money as well. You can see Alu, $12,000.
Well, for the half.
Yeah, obviously. AZ, 13K. Rain, 8K as well. They're in a very strong position right now. And this is a new look to FaZe. They've been known to play a very default game and been relying on their aim stars. If that didn't happen on a certain day, then they'd be in a horrible situation. This is actually looking like they're being adaptive. They're changing their CD setup every single round. That's probably the strongest way to play train. And the big names are turning up for once. Alu, like we said yesterday against X, had a very poor game on train, but this time he's actually looking like he's leading the charge here. It's actually Rain who's top fragging.
Yeah.
But Alu still, he's not just playing the connector area every single round. We've seen him change his position up.
And, I mean, to be fair, to flip the coin on this, we talked about Virtus.Pro. They got a map on the opening night. That's better than they did last year. Look, whatever your opinions are about them being back in the league, considering their performance last year, we don't want to see this again. We don't want to see this online Virtus.Pro coming out flat, especially on a map they know.
It's such a weird anomaly, isn't it? Just one E-League.
You got to wonder. I mean...
What are the factors here? Online play traditionally should be easier for you. That's where you play your best, at home, at your own desk.
But that's what I think is the opposite. I think these guys have been playing so long, they're just so used to land conditions that when they're not together, they slack off a bit. I think their communication's off. It's just a mental thing. I really do think so. And Neo's going to take down AZ. Although that starts off considerably well, Rain's right back into it with a pistol up close because he has to swap away from his rifle. Having depleted most of his ammunition, and byali, well, 19 HP, not really going to be able to do much from this position quite clearly, so snax will be the one to try and probe out for information early on. And byali actually gets found before he can even find anything himself, so it's going to go 10-1 to FaZe.
This could be a quick one there. VP, I think they have made the right decision. Obviously, their maximum loss bonus here, that wasn't really even a partial by that. A few Tech 9s and PT50s. Now they have the cash. We can finally see the AWP come out. There it is, snax. I think it's the first time in this half it's a double AWP setup. Okay, so they're throwing the rulebook out for T's side of train. Just going to be trying to work the picks here. It'll be a much slower pace round. Go for the full-on default. Probably be Pasha towards Ivy area. Snax towards that main entrance is hoping that FaZe is getting a bit ahead of themselves, getting very confident, going for those aggressive peaks and trying to lock down the kills. That can happen in this certain scenario. When you're having such a good game, you're feeling so confident. That's when you can start to be a little bit more out of control and try to push and get in the heads of the terrorists. So I wouldn't be surprised as round works of VP. They'll probably be very patient. You can see it on the mini map right now, spreading themselves out, looking for any initial pushes here. But Alu, this is exactly what I don't see, man. He's actually at the upper platform now. And you can see, if you can just bring up the mini map quickly, you can see now, actually probably a bad time to do it, but you can see there's actually left him by himself towards that inside area.
Good hit.
And AZ landing that first shot. That's...
I mean, they're leaving him on this double op setup. I mean, it's an interesting thing as well with the evolution of this team. We'll talk about that in a minute because remember, they had 2 prominent ops in Michael Lily and Fox. Yeah. Obviously, they have one now in Alu, but who would normally pick up the second AWP? AZ's not the one I would have thought, but he's going for it this game, and, well, results speak for themselves. So far, so good. I think a lot of that has to do with Virtus.Pro, obviously, allowing this kind of thing to happen. Alu gets to the corner inside. Powerful position, but good shot from snax. Catches Jacob midair. finally something to get going on this entrance point on the A site. They've worked toward quad. And kioShiMa, he'll try and climb up to heaven to spot that as they get closer into hell, but Pasha walks in from the Ivy, takes down AZ, and now Rain has to turn his attention toward the smoke at the back of the green train. And as that dissolves, is this timing going to be on or off? The AWP player, snax, is actually trying to put himself in a prime position. I take AWP player, they're both on AWP, so double up setup right now for Virtus.Pro trying to get into this. Gun barrel spotted, but that's not going to present as snax tries to let patience work off. It's now he remaining versus two. Alu and Rain. And Alu with AWP goes for the slow peek. Back to the one-on-one. snax, how does he approach this, though? Climbing up in the train. Is this enough to make it work? Jump across. He'll be heard. And he's looking for the bomb the wrong direction, trying to find the last player. Nearly snaps it back in time, but Rain is there. And 11-1 still for FaZe.
Probably the closest chance they've had in a long time to actually closing a round out there. It was actually a 5-on-4, went down to a 5-on-3. Then the double orb started working out for them. You can see FaZe trying to close out the round as quickly as possible, but VP hitting all their shots. Comes down to the 1 versus 1, but they still can't find that finishing kill. It's going to go around to round number 13. I think at this point, we need to be buying every single round. We need to start getting something on the board here. 11-1 is not good enough. So it's going to be 4 AKs and a Galil in the hand of snax, and those orbs were reasonably successful, but they just don't have that as an option this round. It's going to be that outside smoke play once again. You see them lining up by the dumpsters. They're trying to get Alu set up towards that inside area, but have decided against it for now. Jacob's just working towards Pop Dog. So I'd assume this will be the outside play, but surely Jacob's going to get killed there. Looked like he had the advantage, but finally the man advantage does go towards VP, and they should get a bomb down here as well. It's looking pretty promising.
Easy again, though. Continuing to show some poise with the AWP. He'll find byali as it leaves kioShiMa inside of the site on top of the train. They go passive, so smoke's effective to allow the default, but they push through. snax, aggressive as always through smokes. This time Flash not successful. He goes down, and AZ's able to pick up yet another bomb. Did not get planted in all of this pandemonium, because now it's just Neo left in a 1 versus 3, make it 2. And low HP, mind you, right now on kioShiMa. He knows he's in heaven. It's already been spotted. Surely he must. That call had to have been made. Either way, it's a tough task because they are trying to set a crossfire on this. Kio's not going to peek it till he has to, and that means Alu can try and catch him off with the AWP.
The problem is, Neo has so much time here. He's the master of this sort of scenario. The old veteran seems to be clutching these sort of rounds every single time, but they have spotted him this time. 30 seconds remain. He still has options as he climbs up to the middle track and going to be looking for that first kill. kioShiMa can't really justify facing considering his HP. There's the shot though, and that was the opportunity. There it is. Neo takes it, but Kio, you feel like he panicked a bit in that situation. Should have been coming out as soon as his teammate died and nailing that one, but it's Neo that does bring something to the table for VP this time. Their second round has been achieved, but the money's still in dire straits for them. You can see after that 1 versus 1, 3 players won't be able to fight. At this point, as soon as that happens, why is Kio not hitting that shot? That should be a guaranteed kill. He's only got 50 HP, he needs to land 3 bullets. He's not looking at you. And it was a bit of a whiff. I'd like to have seen that from his POV. See how much of a miss it was, but
either way, it was good. Isolation on Ali was quite good from Neo. He read
absolutely.
that very well to try and catch him off, and it worked.
He's so strong in those scenarios. But it's going to be snax this time. Taking down Rain, AZ will be challenged once more. This time it's Pasha. Very good at this pick, and that's exactly why a headshot, of course.
That's lovely. I totally expected the jump peak, which in my opinion has become too, I guess, predictable on this map. Good recovery, though, from FaZe. Jacob drops bomb on the way through to A. snax. He's just gotten it back, but
just smoked himself. Oh, he got the bomb back. Okay,
yeah, I think he was trying to smoke the bomb, but he actually got it on the first approach.
I thought he was like trying to smoke himself to get the bomb, but he already picked it up. That's okay.
Either way, byali, this is a good lurk in from him. He comes in late from Ivy. No one's expecting him. They've all got their attention toward the front of the site where bomb was down. He's able to pick up a kill out of this, and now it's Virtus.Pro once more with the advantage. And although we're at the end of the half, it's still important for them not to get reset here. It's important for them to pick up back-to-back so they can at least try and get 3 rounds total out of this. Double AWP again for Virtus.Pro. Last time they were in a WAWP 2 versus 2. Not common that situation really arises, to be honest. They did lose it. It went down to the 2 versus 1, and they weren't able to close it out. snax. Bomb gonna go down on A. This will force kioShiMa back through CT. The second player, Jacob, gonna go towards Z connector, but Pasha's good positioning catches Kio off. He would not have expected him to be so close to that stairwell. Now Jacob has to not only walk through smoke, but be quite quick about it, because oddly enough, he had no kit in all of that, considering the money they have, and Virtus.Pro do get the back-to-back rounds.
Just what they needed. This is still got a few more twists and turns, I think. I don't think it's going to be a clean cut, although FaZe have got a tremendous lead right now. It's going to be the final round going into this one. If VP can pick up 4, there's definitely a possibility for them to run over on the CT side as well. A very strong train team for sure, and you can see FaZe don't have much to bring to the table into this round. The final round is going to be a Max 7, a CZ. There is an AWP on Alu, but it's glass cannon, and then 2 M4s. So a bit of aggression needed. You can see that's exactly what Rain's going for this time. Wants to see if he can get that first pick. It hasn't been done before with the Max 7 here in this half, but he's going to get spammed down. Neo too aware, I'm afraid. Takes him down to kick things off. It's going to be a 5-on-4. Now VP going to sit back. They don't really need to overcommit at this stage. Wait for the mistakes to come in. You can see AZ repositioning himself, and maybe he flashes through here and tries to get that next pick, but it looks like it will be an inside play coming from VP. That's what we're talking about. They're trying to get the advantage back in the play.
Oh, it doesn't work out at all. Snax, though, okay. Pretty straightforward. Catches Keo. Alu goes down. Decent trades, and like you said, they had to do something. Now it's Jacob 1 versus 4. As he's... Might as well go for it. Minute to work with, round 15. Could catch a player off in this position if you did try and rotate in from ladder, but then the attention would all be turned. So really, prolonging the inevitable, perhaps, with 50 seconds left to work with. Rain, again, leading scoreboard, 17 kills. Vugo actually was just tweeted out from Fragbite that remember we talked about this on the Drop the Bomb as well, that the original rumor was that JW was going out and Rain was going into Fnatic. He's still on this roster now, so just kind of talk about mental game. If there's any sort of longevity to Rain in this roster, he's still here. There was rumors he was leaving. Does that mean he wanted to leave? Does that just mean that that's how the finances went? Taz is incredible at the B side. If they go with that traditional style, there's no reason to believe they couldn't actually pull this game back.
I'm always believing, you know?
You're usually, that's such a 180 from you. You used to be so negative.
Yeah, well, it's the sun. I've been actually getting a bit of sun today. I've been walking around. I look in the camera. I don't look as pale. I think I've looked two days of walking around in the sun. It's been all right. Maybe it's given me some optimism. You know? We'll see what happens. But yeah, 11-4 is definitely a comeback smack. Like you said, they get the pistol, first gun round. There's some force buys from FaZe. Things can spiral out of control pretty quickly in terms of the CT economy. So we'll see what happens. But it's going to be interesting to see what FaZe brings to the pistol round. You know, because obviously a lot of teams do favour the inside bomb side. I normally say that's the safest bet to go towards because you're almost guaranteed the bomb plant there. Even if you lose the initial exchanges or the round doesn't go in your favour, you can still get a plant down and build up the future economy. But with this kind of lead here, the force buys aren't so much required from FaZe. They want to make sure they're coming in with the orbs in the first gun. They want to give that orb towards Alu. We'll see whether they can do that. I'd like to see them close this out. I think they deserved it so far. It'd be nice to see him get a successful campaign with him joining the roster. I think he deserves a bit of glory again.
Would also put them 3-0 to start the year if they could pick up this map, which is, I think, look, we talked about it last night. We talked about it with all of the North America, Europe, all 4 seasons. If it goes this way, the previous 3 have all been, you know, the first 2 spots are usually, okay, that's clear cut, but the 3rd to 4th, 5th, 6th in the league, remember 4 only go to LAN, are usually close. So 1 or 2 games can make all the difference.
Well, we are into the second half. It is going to be 5 sets of armor. This suggests a bit of a brawl. And it may be towards outside. There's going to be 2 players going towards upper halls. That'll be Taz taking down Rain to kick things off, and Pasha, he's going aggressive. AZ can hear him, but there it is. He takes him down. And I was expecting some sort of rush here when you have 5 sets of armor. Your options are very limited to actually get towards that outer side, but they have gained some momentum towards that area. They're going towards Ivy now as well. This kill pretty much decides the round. If Alec can get it, that would be case shut, but it's going to be equal exchanges for now. Kishima does answer back, and what a shot from AZ. Picks up the USP and just rips the head off Neo there. Just Taz remaining now 3 versus 1, doing what he can towards the connector area. It's very scrappy, but JKM gets the final kill, and it's going to be FaZe taking the pistol here. And I'll say, had VP won that, a comeback definitely was on the cards here, Matt. So now we need to work out what's the next move from VP. I think the force bite is going to be coming in. So Desert Eagles, CZs, and a scout as well. So they really need to win this round and have a chance of getting back into this game. If they don't, it's going to be 13-4, and then on a full eco as well. So pretty much 14-4 at that stage. And we'll see what FaZe bring to the table. 2 rifles, 3 SMGs, one of which is a Mac 10 in the hands of Ali. He's trying to farm the money, of course, to even get the AWP in that first gun round. If he can find 2 or 3 kills, almost guarantees it. What a grenade that was. And JKM finishes off in the air, but byali with the 1D. Not going to be enough to win the round by the looks of things. Going down very low HP.
That bounce nade, too. That didn't do any favors to Snax, as when he re-peeks, Kio's going to finish him off anyway, but AZ there to take byali, and Taz, well, not much room to work in there. The Devil, no room to play.
Yeah. That's one of your famous catchphrases, isn't it?
Which is that?
The one you just said.
Is it?
Yeah. It's the favorite one, my favorite one, the Sadikist.
The one time I've said it 10 seconds ago, Henry.
Yeah, it's my favorite one. Okay, so like I said, this is a horrible situation for VP now. 13-4 was guaranteed to be 14-4. Money won't be great in the first gun round, probably won't be able to get the AWP. I think Snax actually had some residual cash. Maybe he'll be okay for that first all, but Rain, he's having a good time with the Mac 10. Makes his way towards the outer site, gets byali, and the round pretty much is over now. And there's Snax drops as well. So much money being farmed. Mac 10s all over the place, and they'll be chucked into the bomb sites first to try and get that extra $600 per kill.
And Taz, 1 versus 5. 1 versus SMGs and AK. Yeah, all right, Mr. Positive. I think you need to slow
Stay out of the sun,
down
Henry.
a little bit. Yeah. Too much sun for you. Maybe too much something else if you're that optimistic. Rain, he's going to go hunting with that Mac 10. Taz will hear him coming, so chance he can try and get a crosshair placement headshot when he walks through, but times that wrong, and Rain will now pick up 4 kills in the round, all with SMG. He's already thrown that away, indicative of the fact he's going to upgrade, and AWP comes out on Alu because this is it for Virtus.Pro. Last-ditch effort. Snax brings out the AWP for them, but what can he do with it?
No incendiaries, no kits, no HEs, and a couple of flashbangs and some smokes. This is going to be a tough round. Someone needs to step up. This is the bonus round for FaZe for sure. They're going to try and win. If they win this one, it's obviously over at that point. They've got so much cash at that point. This is a fast rush. An audacious play from the terrorist there, straight out to the connector. And it's going to be Kyoshima getting that first kill as well. He gets a double, rips the head off Neo. byali trying to do what he can at Ivy, but he's smoked out from the main entrance. So he has to fall back, reposition himself. The bomb will be planted as well. That's by Jacob, and he's watching as he tries to lurk out here. This round is so difficult for them to do anything with. They haven't got the flashes to actually get themselves in decent position. 4-on-2 now. Pasha does find the kill, but still so much work to do. No kit, remember, Matt.
I got something in my eye, Henry, but I'll cast anyway.
Go on, try it, 1 eye.
I usually am pretty blind and miss things, so it won't make a difference. Kyoshima and AZ. Okay, I don't even need to cast. They've already finished the round. It's map point. Pretty straightforward for FaZe. They're just absolutely isolating, taking them down. Good entry, I have to say, considering they a lot of utility, to go against them, but it's not like they made VP work hard for it.
That's like a dream round for FaZe, right? You know you've got a huge advantage, you're so close, you've got a lot of rounds to play with here. They're not going to have the best buy here, they're not going to have the incendiaries to stop a rush, so you just go for the straight-up brawl outside. And it's Kyoshima going out first. He actually lands both kills as well. What a great opener that is, and now it's 15-4 match point. This is not a series. Each map counts as a win, and it's going to be the famous 2 shotguns, an MP9 and a CZ to try and hold off this final round. If I'm honest, I'm not really believing this time. This is going to be a case of FaZe. They're slowing things down. They know the CTs have to work with some kills here. They've got nothing to work with. They're going to be bled out if they just sit there and wait for the execution. So someone needs to be finding a kill. I'm looking on the minimap. No one's really going for any aggression here. We have got one player in Neo towards inside. But this is a case in point of just trying to feel it out with byali there with the Famous. Does get the first kill, so now they do have something to work with.
Snax does have his shotgun up in his favorite position, the ladder room. Ooh. Opportunity to try and flank out Rain, but they take down Neo at the inner site, and byali gets caught in the open in A, which pulls Snax back to A main. They're still thinking this is going to be on the A site. Okay. As Pasha pushes all the way through, their last chance is Taz. He's bought himself some space here, and they're going to try and put the bomb in a better position back towards CT, but he runs out of ammo, and Jacob immediately takes him down. That could have been interesting enough, because if Taz was able to win both those duels, they thought they were going for the safe plant based on rotation. Either way, a chance to capitalize, and Snax will get the post plant immediately taken care of as Jacob has nowhere to run.
Well then, somehow the shotguns prevail, and it's Pasha pushing towards Ivy, and Snax finding Alu at main entrance as well. That round does fall apart for FaZe, but still, they've got a ton of money here. VP do need to reinvest into this round. There's only 1 on the board for them. They do manage to save an AWP and an AK-47. They're still going to be struggling with these reinvestments, but you can see FaZe, tons of money available. Ali does get the AWP. 3 AK so far. Rain, I'm sure he's been dropped a weapon. AZ has 7K in the bank right now, so he's probably been dropped an AK. They're probably just going to a straight-up default here. Wall of smokes, trying to get the bomb down. They're still in a very good position. He's going to take 10 rounds in a row now from VP just to force overtime. So still no time to get excited just yet, but VP do find 1.
Taz, again, is anchoring this B side. He's called Neo over a little bit earlier this time than what we might normally see. Again, I kind of named it the Taz spot on the opposite side of the bomb train where he plays the wide angle to force them to commit. Some he's a little bit tighter because he's got the support earlier and he's going to focus on upper instead. M4 in hand for Jacob and Rain to try and confront when they do walk through. And as we see it in the X-ray, of course, it's only for the spectators. Those of you who don't know, there's a 3rd player joining in that as well. And Taz, he finds the first. Neo, his support system, he'll take down Alu, but now he's got to do all the work himself because, unfortunately, Taz has gone down, bomb dropped. It's AZ lurking late on A site. This might amount to 1 because it might not be unexpected at this point in time, but byali's still searching for it. Timing, though, he looks the wrong way. There it is, though. As I said, only for 1. As soon as they figure out that that's where he is, takes him down, and we're at least going to get a few more rounds out of this now as Virtus.Pro, okay, brought the economy down to within range, but they still have enough to buy out an AWP on this FaZe side.
Yeah, I think one player had 9k or so he's dropped over an orb, and it's Kiyoshima. He must have the decent spawn here, which he does. So he'll be going for that straight up main pick, I'm assuming. Maybe towards Ivy, see if he can just get that first kill and then fall back. We'll see what he decides to do. It will be towards main. If he can get that, that opens up a lot of opportunity here. But this time VP have got the double orb set up here, trying to dig their heels and get into this game, and it's going to be the shot rattled off by Kiyoshima, but he was blind, so it was a bit of a pop shot. Doesn't work out for him. And Pasha now does sense some movement towards Ivy. Has a lot of spot, didn't get anyone just yet, and it's up to Rain. Hoping with the AK-47 he can blow his head off, but we'll see how it works out.
Pasha smoked off the standard Ivy smokes. Interesting to throw the Molotov right as well, so there can't be a counter peek from snax. It lets them get up the hallway. Now they should isolate onto him as the smoke's still out, but what a shot! As the flash comes out, snax nails it up close, quick scope, and he'll fade away towards hell because he has to watch the front of the site. That smoke should dissolve in him doing so, so the timing should actually favor Pasha in all of this, and it does. He walks through, bomb goes down, good crossfire set for Virtus.Pro, and it's just Kiyoshima left. 1 versus 4, already found, already damage dealt, but he gets 1 kill before finally falling to the flank of Neo.
Well, now it's starting to get a little bit interesting because that's broken the economy of FaZe here, so they won't be able to buy going to random array here. The double orb setup is going to be still available for VP. It's going to be Neo and snax. Means you can probably have one towards inside, towards that upper ramp as discussed before, then one towards Ivy. 3 rifles outside. Can be a very strong setup indeed. We'll see what they decide to do here, but this buy from FaZe will just be Tech 9s, Deagles, P50, a bit of body armor. He's actually gone for head armor, and no grenades. It's not really much you can do with this. You need at least a few smokes down to even think about the bomb. But Rain with the Deagle does die straight away.
Underwhelming.
Yeah.
I was liking the way you built that up.
Yeah, I was hoping to get the 1 Deag and make it go crazy, but didn't happen.
Well, they've got information on that jump toward Ivy that the AWP is in the hands of Pasha at that position. How do they approach that? Well, they'll leave at least 1 player there, but they're not going to approach it first. AZ's got the shot, nearly lines up a second. Instead, though, he goes down to byali, who finds Alu, and Taz will close it out. But they had to go from the front of the site rather than Ivy. As soon as they realized that AWP was there, they had to pull it out of position. So AZ's entry almost caused chaos, but not quite, as they handled it quite well. It is now 15-8, still in favor of FaZe, quite obviously. But for those of you tuning in black and white,
you can do that every day at Pro League?
yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because there's not much context to it, but...
You don't need context.
It's,
you just need
it's an
imagination.
English 70s joke that we've done at a previous
no context.
tournament.
Imagination's better.
Okay. Well, round number 9 comes in. We have got the all back in the hands of Alu. He is facing towards main entrance, and no one facing him for now. byali's quite far back. He's got the rifle in hand. It's going to be Pasha and snax once again on those double orbs. You can see it's a full-on default right now from FaZe. No one really committing right now. They have got control of upper platforms here, so that does open an opportunity to go for an inside execution if required. I feel like the defaults aren't really making any picks available for them, so maybe that's a good call for them right now. They've got control of this one area. Taz and Neo playing very defensively indeed, and that's a decent incendiary. That will force Alu back towards T-spawn. Bomb is still down in that area as well, so they're not really going to be making a move anytime soon. Got control of inside, and now just falling back, and they want to pick first. That's what they're aiming for here. Pasha, though, he's got the same mentality. Well, what is this jumping about? Playing on fire.
Yeah, they didn't spot him. Alu goes down. That's actually a pretty quick shot from Pasha, to be fair. Jumping is all the rage, Henry. Kiyoshima headshots are all the rage. snax gets munched on, and Kiyoshima drops down, catches off byali fast enough. FaZe, this might be the round, or is it? Neo says absolutely not quite that easy. Hasn't said no entirely, though, because AZ's got him back, and now, with Taz falling, it's Pasha 1 versus 2 to try and keep this alive for Virtus.Pro. As FaZe lay butt on map point for some time, but haven't been able to convert it, and this time they will. Jacob's got the shot on Pasha. FaZe go 3-0 to start off Pro League. Virtus.Pro, okay, something to work with on the CT side, but again, came out really flat.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. That first half was very underwhelming. Their T-side economy was limited for so long. They only got snax in the orb maybe 1 or 2 times whatsoever. But Mirage, to be fair though, I'd love to say, oh, it's a great map for them, and historically they're very good on it, but the VP I've seen the last couple of days, I'm not sure what's going to happen. The train was a bit of a horror show in all respects, especially the first half, never really got going at all. Their economy was so limited. And we'll see what happens here. You can see the key player is going to be snax. I think that's for most maps, to be honest. He is going to be the deciding factor whether they actually pick up a few rounds here. But here we go then. We go into Mirage, the final game of the season. It's VP versus FaZe. FaZe starting on the T side here, 4 sets of armor. AZ with the smoke and 2 flashbangs. And actually smoking towards window to kick things off.
See if he gets it right.
He'll get it right.
Let's see if he gets it right.
I'm pretty sure he'll
He's
get it right.
actually got his crosshair placement slightly to the left of where I throw it
I think
from.
he'll be fine. I don't think they're using the Sadaka smoke today.
All right. See, the problem is that there's two guys there, so that actually... Okay, no, they didn't body block it enough. You're right. There'll be no gap. He got it right. They're coming out underpass as a result, but 3 players stacked up in mid. Now they're going to rotate away from that window as a result of the smoke that AZ threw. And to the connector. That's predictable, though. That's why that smoke is designed. What it doesn't account for is Pasha pushed up so far, and no one playing top mid at the boxes can compensate and hold him off inside the catwalk. So if you're going to play that, you've got to at least consider that possibility or have a smoke at the ready in connector to cover Pasha's positioning. That was very well done by him to read and react to that smoke out. And Neo taking down AZ. Yes, they get a bomb plant, but it's all on Rain. It's still doable in a 1 versus 2. That was Taz. Low HP. Neo's tagged up as well. He might just do this. They've got to try and isolate him, and it's low enough that Rain's going to pull this off.
Well, looked like a dream scenario for VP. 3 versus 1 there in the end. It's that first shot towards the ramp. That was the deciding factor there. As soon as he got that kill, it was unlikely considering he's up against the USP as well. He nails it. The bomb's down for him, and he's in CT spawn as well. This is the shot coming up. This is the one. He thought Pasha by himself didn't really have to get straight into this situation, especially when they had the 3 versus 1 as well. Could have waited for the teammates to come in and back him up, but there it is. That was a deciding factor. Does spot Neo defusing the bomb, takes him down, and Taz just low HP there. Couldn't finish the job. It's going to be 1-0 in favor of FaZe, and there's a force buy, of course, coming in from VP. We'll see if snax has force sport. No, he has not, so he'll be going for the AWP on the first gun round, of course. Round number 2, Neo pushing up aggressively. Let's get taken down by Kiyoshima, though. 5-on-4 straight away. FaZe don't need to overcommit now. They have got themselves the advantage, can just fall back. Go into their default. They've got the mid control as well. Alu getting flashed in towards connector. Should be able to find his gun towards Taz. It's a bit scrappy, but he does get it. Farms $600, and that's not the way you should do it. Kiyoshima takes down his teammate, but still they'll apply with the HE grenade to get down snax. So 4-on-2 now. Jacob getting towards B. He has spotted Pasha towards short, takes him down. And now it's just byali with Desert Eagle, but not for long. Force by not really matters too much. Didn't find a single kill. Alu died to the hands of Kyo. So fully eco coming in. Maybe a few PT50s, maybe stack B, push up middle, try and get underpass. Not really many options here when you just got USPs. But FaZe off to another fantastic start here. It's always good to get the 3-0 mark. Gives a little confidence boost, you know, something you could do with. All things considered.
You know, yeah, I think at this point in my life, confidence would be a nice thing to have.
I still think you're beautiful.
Well,
even if no one else does.
It's fine. I've lost the charm and the appeal. You know, it's a long cruise, sailor. Let's just say that. Rain,
well, that's
not a
the
long
thing.
cruise for him. He's picking up kills. He's putting the notches on the bedpost.
Calm seas don't make good sailors. So
it's true. More motion in the ocean. That's what I always say.
You need this test just to get you back on board. You know
what else I always say?
What?
Don't die when you're in a 1v5. Get at least a kill. Didn't do that time, did he, byali?
You do always say that. Well then, this very similar situation we saw on Train. FaZe going at 3-0. They have residual cash left over. They're going for the bonus sort of round. Rain with that UMP. Tons of money available. And we can see VP limited for sure. Not actually got a single smoke here, Matt. That's insane. First gun round, not a single smoke. Just some flashbangs, a decoy. That's it. It's going to be pure firepower to do anything with this round. I don't think I've seen many gun rounds on the CT side with not a single smoke purchase, but we'll see if they can actually make this happen. It's going to be snax with the AWP, of course. Taz is holding windows. Where is snax right now? It's actually on the A side, looking for that first pick. Could make something happen here. It's all going to come down to him. If he can get an opening frag, they can actually start repositioning themselves.
He was actually like split second off from having the shot at ramp, because they just started, Rain just started to approach that ramp at the exact second he crossed over. But snax now is going to try and play above smoke. Hard thing to do, and you can see he's already walked off the edge of the stairwell once. Did he spot this elbow? I think he did. So he waited for that to present itself, doesn't land it. That's going to give AZ the shot on Neo, opening up, that's catwalk, so now opening up connector. The problem is they don't have the smoke on window this time, so Taz is able to pop back out, catch AZ off. It's exactly the play I talked about in the pistol round, where they didn't have someone at top mid to cover off that catwalk position. However, now with Alu, Jacob already in connector, that AWP pushing up, Taz cannot really afford to re-peek that window position, more so because they have put a smoke out. That'll contain him as they wrap back around bomb as well, all heading onto the A site.
Right, well, the key objective for the CTs now is don't let that bomb go down. Jacob, he's in towards connector area. Great position for him. His teammates rotating back towards the A-ramp. They don't have any smokes, but they could just do a contact play here. But the problem is snax, he's waiting on the bomb side of the AWP. This is the linchpin of this round. If he can get that first pick, slow them down, get the rotations coming in. I think he's actually going to be the one who locks this down. If he can, just watch him walk in that lower ramp. No smoke's going to be stopping him at all. So this could be actually kind of interesting for the CTs now. 20 seconds, here comes the final player to flashbangs. Arthur into the site.
It's going to be snax Can try and shut this down with no smoke in front of him. An easy shot onto Alu. He might have another toward the bomb, but the problem is it's being planted on the opposite side of triple and not in the typical position. So the wall bang, not that predictable, unfortunately, for snax, who gets caught by kioShiMa trying to achieve it. I'll leave it to Pasha, who's got it down to the one-on-one, though. And he's got the lineup as well. He knows where Kio is. He's forced him back down the ramp. Additional flash to push him further, but he sees now he's gone by the second arch. He has to push all the way through, and he's bought so much time. Pasha doesn't have a kit in all of this. If anything, he should have tried to bait this out, tap him back in. He could have achieved that by now. He will pick up the kill.
He's got that, I think. It's fine.
I had to stop talking because I'm so loud and obnoxious I couldn't hear the bomb. If I had a mute button, I would have pushed it. Wait, I do have a mute. Look at this. It's muted, Henry.
It does work. It's official. The mute button is effective. But that's a great play from Pasha. Like, he's up against it there. He's got a couple of flashbangs, no kit, and he knows kioShiMa has a great position from the bomb as well. He fakes that he's going close to that lower ramp area. Just goes silent, just kind of saying, oh, I've gone back to the bomb. Of course I've gone to the bomb. You know I'm low. And just plays it out very calmly indeed. And that's a very nice round from VP to pick up. Unfortunately for them, though, they did come down to 1 versus 1 again, so the rebuy is going to be difficult. They didn't manage to salvage AWP, but look at the buy once again. No kits, lacking utility. They have got a couple of smokes this time and an incendiary, so it's better, but still not ideal. FAMAS in the hand of Neo. AZ does get across to the mid box. He's going to be smoking out snax once again, so you'll probably see him fire a shot. There it is, and then he'll fall back. Number 5, this is the big one. This could be the double eco for VP if they want to win this round, so a lot of pressure riding on it.
Taz, beautiful shot. Jacob gets away with it as well because Kio not in a position to peek back out. He will approach and finds byali in the open, oddly enough. Spray down, nearly gets the double, but Taz is there. However, he's put them so low, it's an easy shot for Rain to pick up at least one flash over. Taz far enough into the corner. That's perfect.
Oh, what?
Or is it? And not only that, Taz actually gets around the corner into connector. I thought that was going to bounce and nail him, but not only he gets away, it hits the edge of the stairwell. So it still plays to a 3 versus 3. Rain on 17 HP, bomb limited to the front of the site. And as they're doing this, as they bought so much time, look what's going on behind them right now. Pasha biceps, 100 HP. And Rainey considers it, gets a slight shot into him, but he's got the kill. Snax shuts down Alu. All right, AZ, great, you've got a kill, congratulations. Mid-site smoke does allow fast plant, but you've already got 2 people that have rotated over, and Neo's gonna shut him down on entry. Virtus.Pro right back into this game now, 3-2.
Yeah, we said that was a huge round for them, and VP, hold on, just about. As that nade, I think that would have been the deciding factor. Had that taken snax out of the equation, maybe it would have been a different story there, but it didn't bounce quite in the right position. And FaZe, they know they're still applying pressure here in terms of the economy game, so they will be forced buying into this one. I don't mind this at all. It's gonna be 3 AKs, 2 Tech 9s. They have got a range of grenades as well, so the smokes and Molotovs are there. So this would probably call for a set piece in this sense because they've got the lesser weapons, and it's going to be snax not smoked out for now, and that's an easy shot for him. Takes down Jacob just as the Molotov comes to his feet as well, and Taz coming in for the backup from connector. And they get the first 2 kills, and that's pretty much round over this point. It's more of a default. I was expecting this to full set piece considering the buy, but Alu trying to make this happen. He does take down byali towards CT spawn.
Taz smokes in front, fire above. Fire should have indicated that no one was going to push across. I think he's looking for the headshot on Tetris rather than up close if they did jump, but with this bomb down quickly, this is still a hard retake, all things considered. There's not a lot of utility. Those 2 flashbangs, that's it, gone now. Aside from a nade on Alu to slow this retake down, so V's got a shooting gallery. However, they've got low HP. That nade, it just barely catches one. It's Pasha that goes. Neo falls immediately after. Taz is low. He's now left alone. He's caught in the open. That's very well done from FaZe. No utility. They just set up a crossfire. They get the information early enough, and VP tries to come in through 1 choke point with 4 people.
Yeah, they're trying to use power and numbers there, and it's not worked out for them as well. It's Alu and Rain getting all 5 frags between them. Very impressive crossfire, absolutely. So that was actually the force buy as well. They had 3 AKs, 2 Tech 9s, and Alu made it happen. He got towards CT spawn, upgraded to that M4. Once he got that position, it was actually him that led them to the victory. And that's a big round for them to pick up as well. Like I said, they were applying the pressure constantly with the money game, and now it has been broken for VP. Going aggressive with these USPs towards middle. It's going to be snax trying to push through the smoker. They have inflicted some damage towards AZ, so he could find a kill here, but he's still undetected for now. As kioShiMa does get the first kill, snax is biding his time, hoping someone walks into his crossing out. Now he will be detected. Does get the headshot. There it is. The bomb has been dropped as well. It's a low HP player for him. He's just doing so much damage. He can't find another kill though, and it's going to be the 4-on-2. Pasha and byali remain.
Pasha's going to push. I told you I was going to bring something new to the cast tonight, Henry. Do you remember what that was?
No.
Silence.
You did say a new idea you had was silence. I was skeptical, but you've proven me wrong. What an addition it's been.
It really builds the hype up, doesn't it? Jacob takes down byali, and it'll go to 5-2 in favor of FaZe. So a good little bounce back, all things considered. Remember, we mentioned that it was coming back in. They avoided the 3-round reset, which it's not a full one, but early in the game that is crucial because you haven't built anything up. And they've done it again here, but the thing is, they're still getting kills. They're still making the rounds close for Virtus.Pro, so it's not like this is a situation where the CTs are dead out of it. Although this forced buy, I'm a little bit skeptical of.
Yeah, so what loss bonus are they on right now? Is it
2 rounds?
So they're going to get $2,400 next round. Pasha had about 1,200. Yeah, they're going to be limited next round, and this... He needs to find at least 1 kill with the shotgun to make sure he has a buy next round. And he does do well. He does do some seriously good work here, but that's not good enough.
No, and it's all due to Jacob getting quickly out the window. Rain following up. I was going to say if they could afford the CT side's harder to win back into and get the money rolling. Taz, all right, starts it off against Rain. Gun there, and he's going to get... That's brave considering they don't... I think he's assuming they're playing a default across the map because they already had contact at B. So he's assuming no one else is there, but that's still a brave push to go for a gun, to be fair. Bomb going to go down on B. Back to the point, if they had saved, I thought, all right, they could justify it because all they have to do is just get a few kills and they can keep the money low and then actually break them and get back into the game. But this is going to make things actually, in my opinion, quite a bit harder for VP. Neo, I think he was hoping they'd slip away. And he, you know, hi guys.
That's optimistic.
It was very, but you know.
Snax is he's the master of Mirage Ninja defuses, if you remember.
I don't think anyone
I think
will ever
was it against these guys as well? I think it was.
You know what? I think you're right. Yeah,
it was.
And they
definitely.
all went hunting, and he walked up connector, much to his surprise.
What was that? Was that Cluj, I want to say? Maybe. Yeah, I think it was.
No, it wasn't Cluj. It wasn't that long ago. It was this year. It was 2016.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it would have been...
Yeah, you're right.
Starlighter, maybe? I can't remember.
I'm sure we'll remember.
Someone will remind us if we don't. Pasha tries to go for the jump that he did at Cologne. He doesn't land it, but he gets one more as they walk through. Jacob, he falls down, and snax there to pick up one more. However, they still get enough kills to go for a bomb plant out of this. Not a lot of use of smokes on the entrance. I think there's a lot more to be explored from teams to use smokes on B. There's so much you can do, but either way, bomb goes down. That's at least 1 goal accomplished, but Alu needs to 1 versus 3, and VP, they'll pull this back. So they do win the next round. They do have a little more money than we expected. They get the AWP up. But FaZe now, their money gets limited.
It was Katowice.
And it is going to be, it was Katowice. You're dead right.
I remembered. Anyway, I didn't really watch the round. I was actually just thinking about that. No, I'm joking. 6-3. And it was FaZe going for the fast B play there. Didn't really work out for them. The equal exchanges coming in, and then VP capitalizing once the bomb went down. Did have Alu remaining, but unable to land any real decent shots there. And it's going to be VP coming back into this one. The money is still strong, though, for the multinational side. Alu still with that AWP. And looks like they're actually sending 3 players towards the B apartment to the start here. Maybe another B side of the attack coming in. As we have got Alu the AWP facing towards underpass. But this is the play we want to see, the aggressive CT approach. But AZ, he's just got the knife out. He's not going to give anything away. He just wants to get that vision and then call for his teammates. So they actually got players towards mid, so they could possibly go towards B once they get that spot coming in.
Taz already at top mid, just going to play that corner position. They've got so much in mid as well. I mean, not only that, Pasha covering them with the AWP. If they come around the corner, he's the bait out. Oh, this is a trap. Alu's going to walk toward this. You got byali here as well. No one's facing. That's the thing. This is actually very, very misleading. Because, okay, well, interestingly, Pasha's dropped down. That's the cover off, but still they go for the push. Flash comes out. Pasha drops to find the guy. At underpass, it works. I thought they would have sat more passive potentially and allowed underpass to just be a thing of timing rather than putting Pasha in that position because he could cover them from window, but it works out for them. Rain, he needs to make a decision. He who hesitates loses, and he can't decide if he wants to go into the side or get away from the flames. Does make the right call in the end. 60 HP still to work with, but down a man is FaZe. And not a lot of map control, all things considered. Virtus.Pro, a very aggressive round in mid, and it works.
Yeah, not really much FaZe can do with this one. I think the only option at this point, walk towards B. I hope you can find someone out of position, but there's no reason for VP to face it whatsoever. Why would you? You can do the jump face from the van area. Cool, they're coming in. You can rotate it quickly over. Round over. There shouldn't be any sort of case for FaZe to get into this bomb site here. 20 seconds remaining as well. As soon as they show their hand, that's pretty much it. They know what the call's coming in. Flash has come over, but Neo, very defensive position. He just wants to get 1 kill here. There it is. Drops the bomb as well, and he makes it a double. And it's just going to be AZ remaining. 10 seconds on the board. It's still a possibility. He could win this clutch, but it's very unlikely indeed. Decent Molotov does make Neo face, and the bomb we've planted. So he's... Okay, maybe it won't be. Now you can't plant.
I definitely cannot. There's only 2 seconds. That's a bit of a play. I think, I don't know what he's expecting. 1 versus 2, your only chance is getting the bomb down. He has to stay alive. They go, is that worth it? Look, I get it. You get the knife, you get more money. But if you kill him after the timer, no bomb plant, he loses his.
Yeah.
What's the call? I would rather take the money away from him.
I'm not really sure. Like, he obviously had the AWP, so maybe he had a USP only in reserve, and he thought, okay, he's low HP, I can just get the... I know exactly where he is. But yeah, you're definitely right. That was an expensive mistake. 6-4. BP, that mid-aggression, I like that a lot on the CD side. That's something I talk about Time and time again, and Taz, he's trying it once more. This time he's not looking as successful as before, as AZ and Alu do get the first couple of kills in. They're looking for more, as Neo is getting a lot of attention towards the window area. Picks up the orb, rotates back towards jungle, but Jacob, he's got his number, takes him down. byali just isolated on the bomb site now. It's going to be round over for this one. It's going to be 4 versus 1. Pasha, obviously the B player, will be coming from underpass, and it's a great bounce back from FaZe here after a difficult last round of the aggression. This time, though, it wasn't as well thought out from VP. Like you said last time, they got that great setup with byali watching the ramp, Taz holding the tight corner. This time it's just Taz by himself, and Neo trying to back him up for the window. They got locked down there purely just down to aim duels. This is another reset, so money is going to be in a horrible position. Pasha just needs to save this weapon. They only get $1,400 next round.
And look at the situation. I've been going the other way. Okay. Sorry, Pasha. Every kill counts, what I was about to say, because they're also low on the FaZe side. If Virtus.Pro picked that up, we were looking at a tie game. We were looking at 6-6. Now we're at 7-4, potentially
double eco territory.
Yep. Problematic for Virtus.Pro, but they'll have to sit and suffer through it. As FaZe will bring out an AWP, a UMP on Jacob. That'll build up some cash in reserve if he's able to get kills with it, and then 3 AK-47s, full utility as well. On toward the A site. Quick flash over. No smoke strategy. They just want to go straight up against what they know it has to be a save if they kept track of the economy at all. But that save from Taz starts off with the opening kill as Jacob falls. Alu's there, though.
Jacob just had the UMP there, so he's just trying to get in and see if it is like a B stack or something like that. If he can get the first kill and drop, that would be great, but didn't really work out like that. He goes down first, but Alu is there to get the refrag. So still a 4-on-4, and the CTs have managed to salvage that UMP, but it's not like that's going to be a huge deciding factor going forward. Round number 12. We said this will be a double eco for VP. They don't win this round, and that's pretty much going to decide it now. AZ is patient towards those mid boxes, takes down snax as he was exploring towards mid. At this point, it's just a case of FaZe, but it's, seemingly going to be splitting towards A. 2 players in middle, 2 towards the A ramp, and Neo, the last chance for VP in this round. As he comes out towards connector, but I get the timing, can't find the kill.
byali trying to get a little bit cheeky here, to be fair. Catch one off, potentially, and that's about it. But they've already bypassed, they're already in the site, and by the time he arrives, it could be a typical flank timing anyway. So yeah, you can already see the person at Horseshoe on the minimap top left, considering the fact that someone could come out of B. So this should be considered, especially where they know they didn't have anyone in Palace to scout this out. Not only that, Pasha, he's way over toward B. This will be inconsequential from his point of view, but gun picked up by byali, potentially it escaped with. Well, that's something to start with.
4-on-2, CZ's in the hand of the remaining VP players, obviously just trying to find a cheeky kill, pick up an AK. We said the money was in a horrible situation. They will be eco next round, so if they can pick up an AK and somehow survive, that's something. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case here. FaZe don't really need to go for the hunt here at all. It's not really justified. You know they haven't got a weapon. At this point, he's just trying to get an extra $300 for getting the kill, but there it is. Rain is happy to face, and he does get the kill eventually. Takes down Pasha, and it's just going to be byali. He's in T-spawn. Like I said, there's no real reason to actually go hunting for him. He hasn't got anything to say apart from CZ. So 8-4 now, round number 13. No money to buy once again for VP. So what started off as a promising game after going down a few rounds, VP managed to string some together, but this is falling to the wayside round by round. This time they have the CZs, they have a Deagle in the hand of snax. They will get a buy next round. Back into a more decent situation, but they need to start picking up a few rounds here. FaZe looking like they will get to double figures. Deagle headshot, though. That certainly helps things out.
Well, snax, good way to start it off. Jacob gonna go over top into the site, catch off Pasha. That brings it back. Again, double eco territory, as you mentioned. So the pistol can't do much against the SMG, and that's why it goes first, and it's gonna go beyond first. It's gonna go second and potentially third as it pushes through the kitchen. Bombs way back toward Horseshoe. Now, this is actually interesting. Neo, is he going to hear him coming? Because he can get the bomb down in this and try and drag this round out a bit. He's definitely going to hear him coming. And the AZ's going to have his knife drawn. He needs to hit the shot. P250 goes down. AWP picked up, but thankfully, no, take that back. That was the observer switching quickly. It is Rain to catch him. I thought he went down immediately. That was Taz instead from Jacob.
Back
but
for sure.
That actually is really cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
I like cool things.
You do. I can definitely confirm that. 9-4. Finally, VP do get some money back here. 2 rounds to go. 9-6 would be a much better situation than 11-4. That goes without saying. We'll see what kind of buy the Breen's table. It's a double orb. Definitely something that's very viable on Mirage for sure, as is a lot of maps. But let's see how they decide to use it. No kits once again. Lacking utility. It's going to come down to pure firepower here once again. Snax towards the connector area. Pasha in the window. It's a heavy all presence towards middle, and AZ's coming in hot towards connector. He's trying to find that next kill as Rain opens things up, takes down byali, and it's going to be snax not hitting that shot. Rain finds 2, and Taz now, the last line of defense on the A side, he will be dropped as well. So 3 on 2, Neo and Pasha trying to do what they can. They don't really have much information to work with here. The bomb's not actually towards A yet. It's actually working his way towards short, and kioShiMa, if he just had to lurk in towards connector, waits for the rotations, he's in a very strong position. Just one more kill will be fine for him. And you can see FaZe is being patient right now, seeing if VP will make any more mistakes. But Pasha's got the orb. That should be a kill he's going to get. Somehow doesn't land it. And Jacob takes him down. And just Neo now. He may get this kill towards... Who is that? kioShiMa. But at this point, the bomb, it's booking it all the way to the B sites.
Neo trying to find a wallbang through the window, the wooden window. All he's really served to do is give away that he's rotated back through that window room. kioShiMa lets him go without making too much noise, but relayed the information. Indeed, pre-fire comes in, and Keo eventually will get in a position to catch him off. FaZe again. I mean, this is a big lead in the first half. 10-4 again, and Virtus.Pro looking flat. It's Mirage as well. Look, we know Mirage has kind of become more 8-7, but it's still a CT-sided map, in my opinion. If you want to get technical about it, yes, okay, there's a lot of conditions that apply, but...
Yeah, it just depends how you manage your economy. And it's your favorite thing to say. But this has not been a pretty hard for VP, that's for sure. And Alu, he's looking confident. Although he takes a nade to the feet, he's going to be still going for this first. But that smoke should send him packing now, as he has got a full back. But he has got a little gap there to work with as well. Rain, aggressive towards Palace area here. snax waiting on the other side. And there is a little 3-man stack towards this side of the map. I think we can see someone in underpass. Is that someone for VP? Or are they in the vent room?
That's vent room.
Find out.
That's vent room. He's too far back for underpass. Yeah, he's just gone out on the short now. Jacob, the fire and lose that duel. Now this Neo position from the ladder room can actually be effective, because if he times this right, AZ's going to be busy inside of the site, but unfortunately he's not yet peaked it. Alu, meanwhile, slow aggression with the AWP, trying to find anyone underneath of the shadow position. He'll do exactly that. byali walks out after getting a kill onto AZ, but it's still a man advantage for FaZe. On round 15, they have to go. Neo's at least got an AK-47 to start to work with. Smoke still out on jungle, but that doesn't mean much because Pasha, well, okay, that one does, is going to go CT, but smoke comes out in his face now as well. Default plant going down, but not quite yet. They just crossed over. Still at firebox. Rain just takes out Neo, though, and it's going to be kills instead of the plant, and FaZe, slow but steady, wins the race.
Yeah, for sure. They've had a huge controlling lead throughout this first half. We saw the same thing already turning up in any capacity. Train was a bit of a horror show, and Mirage is looking to be very similar. It's the exact same scoreline we saw on Train as well in the first half. If they don't win the pistol, it's going to be more of the same here. So they've got a more of a tactical approach here than we saw from FaZe. 3 smokes, flashbangs, and 2 sets of armor. It's going to be an A-sided attack here, but Keo, he's ready. The smoke hasn't bloomed just yet. He gets the first player. It's a headshot towards snax as well, and he will be able to fall back here, but the airstrike comes in towards AZ. The bomb will be planted here. They've got something to work with, and kioShiMa with no bullets left. I thought he was going to go down there.
That's actually smart. He knows he's running out of bullets, so he starts to fade away so he can get to safety when the time comes, but he definitely left himself in a vulnerable position in doing so. Still alive, though, in this. However, look at the numbers. They're fading for FaZe. However, Pasha, well, he's gotten caught in the rotation as he tried to get aggressive, catching off CT spawn. It does give them the information. Now it's just down to Keo as a result, because byali finds the kill. Keo goes down immediately. So Virtus.Pro, that's a must-win. They lose the first kill and all that, but they get the smoke execution down. I like it. Not a straight-up brawl. They want the bomb down. They play strategic Counter-Strike instead.
That's like a classic T-side pistol on Mirage. This time, though, it's a bit more deep. There's normally just 2 smokes we see, and you kind of charge towards CT spawn and try and get the advantage out of the rotating players. They actually have 3 smokes this time, so it's very much focused on getting out of the Palace area and the lower ramp area, taking that vision away from the CT. Just saw Keo get that first kill. Wasn't quite enough, though, to get answered back. Once that bomb's planted and those smokes are down, it's very difficult for the CTs to get back into this. But finally, VP pick up a pistol round here, and we might have a game on our hands. So going to round number 2. There is a force spy coming in from FaZe. Of course, Alu does stick on the USP no armor. He wants to get that AWP in the first gun round. And we'll see Pasha. He'll be the reconnaissance player here. Mac 10, throw him into the bomb sites first, farm some cash, and here he goes. Up towards short. They've done a nice smoke towards the connector as well, just to protect them from any sort of deagles maybe on the other side. Controlling the vent room now. You can hear him. It's going to be Alu. But he's only got that USP, so he's going to be struggling to do anything with this, and even more so now the grenade has landed in his headbox.
Yeah, that kind of hurts. I don't recommend a grenade in the face. That's not something I would put into dating advice, Henry. Unless you really don't like the girl and you don't want her to text you back, that might be a way to accomplish that. As kioShiMa getting one, goes down immediately after, but Rain will find Neo and an AK-47 to boot. However, there's still tall order in trying to win this round because they've given up everyone at the A site, and therefore bomb will go back in that direction. Good timing from Rain, though, as he walks around the corner, and byali just deploys the smoke. No gun drawn. Easy shot. But still, though, no kit. And 4 HP for Jacob. He's pretty much going to have to play the martyr in this one. Good pickup from Rain. Snax goes down, still with 40 HP. This is doable. However, 40 HP is still range for Mac 10 to do damage. And the movement mechanics will favor Pasha in this sense. They're going to go hunting Rain, the one to confront first. He's already got damage in, but down to 17. Has to go to the pistol, double face. It's a headshot, but Rain, he just fires through, and he'll finally find the stray bullet over the edge of the box. It's going to be the defuse. 10 seconds, doesn't matter. They've got it.
Just when VP get back into it, they lose the second round. It was the force buy from FaZe. Lots of sloppy exchanges there in that last one, especially, but it's Rain who picks up the 4 frags. It was a tight situation. Both players very low HP as well. Pasha gets his first kill, but doesn't quite kill him fast enough. It's the Glock that does the damage eventually. Jacob goes down, but Rain, he's got time to play with it. He keeps spamming away and finally gets that final bullet kill, but the bomb did get planted there. So VP not forcing into this round, surprisingly. Obviously, they will have enough money to buy into the next. So finally, showing a bit of discipline here. We said before on Train, money was such a huge issue for them. snax very rarely had the AWP on the T side. So we go into this one. They're going to take a loss on the chin here, but still not giving up. They want to make sure they look to the future, where things hopefully are brighter for all of us. I'm really hoping they are.
Glad your hopes are known.
Not sure how much longer I can go on like this.
You're kind of hopeless in the first place, Henry, so it's nice to know you at least have some hope for others. Alu, meanwhile, going to sit top connector M4. Well, doesn't really matter because Pasha's got a deagle, and that deagle dead accurate. So it's Rain's turn instead to try and cover off this mid position. AZ will get Neo. As he goes back inside the site,
Rain
plays reverse roll, but Rain gives his position away. Silenced M4 as well. He's got 10 bullets left in the mag. Goes for the reload. Probably smart, but
how's
it's
it go
snax.
here?
It's snax every time. How does he get here? Gets through window, that's how, and then gets inside the B site. He's just going to say, guys, hold up. Hold up. Now, the thing is, he's going to go for it. I was going to say, he can't really jump too much and without giving away sound. So this is the hard thing. Get that dead perfect.
Required. He's lining it up.
Do it. He's got the information. There's the first. He's got it. Now the second. They've got the information, though. Rain's turned back, but snax hasn't allowed his team the entrance. He took that kill on purpose intentionally first because that'll allow his team to come in, and Rain knows it. So he's got to give this up. He's got to allow the bomb plant to go down. snax, man. He's so good at doing this. AZ may find one more back into him, but they still have to get the site. They've given up an M4, and they've given up a UMP. Those 2 guns still in play, but it's just the one of them now. It's just Taz. And as he looks toward the window, he can't find the shot, and Rain will get it. So, look, clever, but not enough.
What was so delicious about the whole play as well, did you see they were planning it out? They wanted his teammates to make as much footsteps as they possibly could towards the B apartments, and then that's definitely the attention taken away. And when he gets that kill, he's hoping the player should be looking towards the window area. It didn't really pan out like that. Like I said, a great play to get the bomb down. Didn't amount to a round win, but still very clever CS coming in here. This is the moment I'm talking about. As soon as he can see his teammates, they're coming in absolutely as loud as possible, and he can hear it. Jacob's hearing it. He's lining up for, here we go. A few eco kills coming my way, and all of a sudden, pop, down he goes. I'm not a fan of that P250 sound. It's not as satisfying, I have to say. The other one was like so nice when you got those first kills. That sounds like a little pea shooter.
Well, it's kind of what it is.
Yeah, but it sounded cooler before.
Whatever. Yeah, it's great. It's the producer hates it. It's kind of growing on me. Sounds better than H1Z1 guns, and that's the only game I play, so.
Yeah, it's true.
What do I know?
We'll be playing that tonight.
Probably, yep. We're going to queue as 3, allow our team to fill, and then kill our 2 teammates immediately, every time. Alu, meanwhile, watching toward top mid, it changes his attention onto, okay, this is actually kind of clever because he goes out, flash pushes him back. I was going to say, he goes out to check the underpass, has no real escape plan. There's no crossfire set for him to be covered off, but the smoke, he actually could have sat there and used that when they crossed the boxes because he has the low angle on it. Unfortunately, the flash pushes him back, and done for that exact reason. He's able, or rather, FaZe is able, Virtus.Pro is able, I'll get this right, to cross over to the boxes. Rain, meanwhile, pushed back, and they are slowly taking over this mid control as Pasha will start to look in the site through connector.
Okay, Shima. Aggressive, of course, and byali, unfortunately for him, is waiting for... How has that happened?
Don't ask me. I'm not the Valve devs. It probably happened because coaches aren't allowed anymore. And the SMG sounds are
Possibly,
different.
that's what I was thinking as well. That's crazy. byali had his number, completely knew exactly where he was, and it's the 5-7 that comes out on top. That's so nuts. And now it's going to be AZ finds the second kill as well. So 13-5, looking to become 14-5 there. And just as VP, I felt like they're getting back into this game. It's starting to fall apart now. snax, the last remaining player in a 5 versus 1. I can't even get a single kill, 14-5. And I'm feeling like the money's not going to be great either, Matthew. It's going to be, yep, about 2,700, maybe 2,900 average. As we go into round number 5, potential match points here for FaZe available. They've got a full array of weaponry, orbs, rifles, grenades, and VP have got P50s and a Tech 9.
Gotta love those Tech 9s.
It's going to be a full wall.
Do you want to know an interesting? I was going to make a joke about the stopping power of the P250, which would have been a reference from Archer.
Okay.
And Lana uses the Tech 9. How have you not seen that?
I've seen every other adult cartoon apart from that
I think you'd actually probably like that one.
Yeah.
You don't like many things. You're a cold person. byali setting up the smoke to go towards CT. The second smoke going to be thrown from this that little stairwell, that little lip up is going to land on top of jungle. It lands just now. And the third one, well, it's on front of jungle. Standard smokes on the way through for VP. Remember, they did this on the pistol. The problem is they haven't done anything to account for kyoshima. No double flash through because they didn't have it. And he's left with full vision. Alu, he'll walk back through the smokes with all the confidence in the world because it's just byali remaining, and 15-5 map point for FaZe. Again, they're just dominating against Virtus.Pro.
Well, what can you say about this one? 15-5, it's this exact scenario we saw on train. This is like the same scoreline after they lost the pistol. They're going to need 10 rounds in a row. I remember saying that on train as well, just to take us to overtime here. They have got money this round, but so much work to do. It just doesn't feel possible at this point. This is the team that just won E-League, one of the biggest prize pots ever recorded in CSGO. And now their online form has just gone back to what we expect from them in the last year. It's really surprising. It's such a weird kind of like, is it a psychological thing? Is it just that they don't gel as well online? I just can't work it out. I don't think anyone can really explain it. I don't think, even when they're asked about it, what happened this year, they say, oh, it's a slump, you know, it happens.
But not quite that level, right? Not to that extent.
Well, they barely admitted it was a stump, really. They were just like, oh, it just happens, you know, sometimes you don't play as well. But what is the difference between them on LAN and online?
Life is a box of chocolates, Henry.
Yeah.
You never know which one you're going to get. That's their attitude.
You never know which VP you're going to get.
To be fair, I know which chocolates I'm going to get. All of them. Yeah, go. I'm looking at you. No more weight jokes. As Pasha gets in toward the firebox, bomb has been planted, and they've got this down to a 2 versus 1. Virtus.Pro, it's just Jacob to go against them, but he's passed the first test. Flying Colors and byali's caught oddly in the open. That's going to be the game. FaZe are going to take this 16-5 on a rather lackluster hold, I have to say, from Virtus.Pro.
A rather lackluster series from Virtus.Pro. That's pretty shocking. We thought they could bounce back after a poor result on train, and this one's just as bad, if not worse. It's Mirage, a map they're very well known to be skilled on, and they can take anyone off.
Skilled on both these.
Early losses are going to really be kicking them in the teeth, kicking them while they're down 1-3. You can see that's going to be very tough to bounce back from FaZe. Untamed at the moment, 4-0. NIP did just concede the 1, of course, versus the Virtus Plow. But so many teams to be seen. I mean, look at this stack of teams. I mean, what, you got Penta, Team X arguably are in the worst position, and probably you're going to be alongside Penta at the bottom unless Penta can really deliver.
But keep your eyes on round difference as well when it comes to these guys. Even though it may not affect the scoring necessarily, you actually get a good idea of how well they're playing. We had this previously with Hellraiser before, who had incredibly close matchups, however did end up losing them. So again, these guys aren't a pushover at all with Team X.
Yeah, it's a good point to make, and we have seen promising signs from Team X. Let's not write them out.